JBN, we keep you informed. Hundreds turn up for Thanksgiving standoff for Dr. Lynvale Bloomfield. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, leave us a comment and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items. Orange-clad supporters of the People's National Party were among hundreds of mourners who turned out to pay their last respect to slain Member of Parliament for Portland East, Dr. Lynvale Bloomfield, at his Thanksgiving service held in Folley, Portland. Among those inside the packed church were Opposition Leader Dr. Phillips, former Prime Minister Portia Simpson-Miller, government ministers and Opposition MPs. Justice Minister Delroy represented the Prime Minister. Reverend Ronald Thwaites, who is also an Opposition MP, was one of the officiating ministers. Caring, compassionate, and easygoing were some of the words used to describe Bloomfield by his colleague parliamentarians and friends, as they gave tributes about his life, work, and dedication to his patients and constituents. Leader of the opposition, Dr. Phillips, described Bloomfield as a humble and diligent man who never carried ill feelings for anyone. He was a quiet man in the parliament. I've never heard him raise his voice in anger to another person. He was a diligent and consistent member of parliament. I don't think there's anybody in the parliament who has a better attendance record than him, Phillips said. Opposition Senator Damon Crawford's arrival at the service sent supporters erupting in chants as some tried to hug him while others tried to stroke his hair. Crawford is being considered to replace Dr. Bloomfield as the People's National Party's candidate for the expected by-election.
Prepare him not only for Portia, but for Jamaica, and indeed the world. In this service of Thanksgiving, the members of this family, for us, the circle has been broken. And we come to remember him from the root from which he came. So I invite his niece, the Cornwall College Old Boys Association of 1976, and then we will hear from his brother, Arnold, on behalf of the wider family.
Very much. Yeah, that's better. So let me start again. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Members of the clergy, members of parliament, former members of parliament, the bereaved family, ladies and gentlemen. We, on the platform here, are representative of Partner College, which is where you all have been told Dr. Bloomfield attended. Now some people know him as Dr. Bloomfield, LP, Brother Bloomfield. We say to him as Lily was our friend. We didn't come up here with prepared texts. I don't think anybody did. So we're able to speak from the heart. We met in 1971 when we attended Cornwall College. And so that pretty much prepared us to be able to speak today about the person Lily was. Now Lily was, as you all have said before, very quiet, unassuming. He never caused any rabble rousing, never want to start a fight or a quarrel. But there's always an inner strength that you notice but you didn't notice. You know that kind of way? He was like fire and ice. Then he was the type of person who was very explosive in track and field. And yet in the class he was quiet and was subdued. He wasn't a geek, he was not a nerd. He did his work, he was always in the top 5 of the class. But he was a superstar to us. We rated him very highly, very respected among his peers, among the school population, the teachers, headmasters, everybody. We saw him as a star. We knew he was going someplace. We didn't know where. A lot of us were surprised when he entered medicine because we always thought that Spanish was his first love. But then he went to Cuba, so that made a lot of sense. He combined both. Love for medicine and love for Spanish. He became a Spanish-speaking doctor. He came home again. He chose a curveball. We didn't know that he was going into politics. We didn't see that side of him, but that was it. He was always there with that inner strength, with that inner drive that a lot of people don't see until you see it. And when you see it, it's like you say, wow, okay, so that is what he was preparing us for. We remember now, as we reflect on his life at Cornwall, that he was a leader in the boarding house. He always did prayers, he always ensured that the students behave themselves and conform with all the rules of the boarding house. In class, when everybody is at work, he got rowdy. He was always the one to fight it out. Yes, so always he kept discipline, he kept order. So we saw that leadership strength in him. Even though we didn't see then, it was of an reflection that we're seeing now. And yes, Lily was preparing himself, or was prepared in some way for leadership beyond the sight that we had. And so he manifested this when he came into Portland and took a leadership role in politics, and you have all inside the world benefited. One day's loss was Portland's gain, and you have all attested to the life of Lily. We are proud of him, we are proud of him then, we are proud of him now. Ever? Yes, brother, we're proud of you too. Good farmer boy. So, I was given the opportunity to speak, and speaking from the heart. I took the mic, not knowing that I was the one to speak, but then I looked better than the rest of them. So I accepted that responsibility. So ladies and gentlemen, this is our tribute to our brother Lynn. We love him, walk with brother. Thank you all for sharing his life. Bless him.
Good morning, everyone. Lynvale was certainly a model student. On sports, we heard about his ability to track. I can tell you, well, I was a year ahead of him, so I got before him. But he took 9 GCEs, aced all 9. In the same way that at sports day, he would enter 6 events, got gold in all 6. But he was a model student. I don't know how yet that he didn't get Delroy, but that's history. But my first association with Delroy was in the cross-country team, or track team, when we went to that beach in the Bay of Montego Bay to do sprints on the sand. And I saw these 2 newcomers come in to join. And one of them was Delroy. And I thought, this guy is crazy fast. And younger guy than us. And very quiet, very well behaved, which not all his track students were. But he was a model student and somebody we had to know, and in the constituency, we used to meet up and just reminisce. I'm going to pass over to his cousin, Dr. Folley from New York.
It's a pleasure to be here today. Lynvale and myself and Delroy, we're 3 sisters, kids, and we're all born the same year. And we all went to Cornwall College the same year. And I miss him, and may his soul rest in peace.
Thank you. Afternoon, brothers and sisters. Lily was one of those, as was mentioned earlier, unassuming persons. But he demonstrated from early that he was a leader. As boarders at Cornwall, we had a tradition. Once a week, we got buzz rock with our breakfast. And I see a number of persons, and behave yourself. I see a number of persons with black faces. Buzz rock is fried dumpling.
JBN. We keep you informed. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.